country friend is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
Then what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you, Captain?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother. And so perchance may he be.
True, madam. And to comfort you, a chance assure yourself. After our ship did split, when you and those poor numbers saved with you hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where, like Orion on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves, so long as I could see.
For saying so, there is gold. Knowest thou this country?
Aye, madam, well, for I was bred and born not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke, in nature as in name.
What is the name?
Orsino.
Orsino. I have heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And is so now, or was so very late. For about a month ago I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh in murmur. As you know, what great ones do, the less will prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
A virtuous lady, daughter of a count that died some 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died, for whose dear love, they say, she hath abjured the company and sight of men.
Oh, that I served that lady, it might not be delivered to this world, till I had made my own occasion mellow what my estate is.
That were hard to compass, for she will admit no kind of suit. No, not the duke's.
There is a fair behavior in thee, Captain. I will believe thou hast a mind that suits this thy fair and outward character. I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid, for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this duke. Thou shalt present me as assistant to him. What else may hap to time I will commit. Only shape thou thy silence to my wit.
Be you his cohort, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, then let my eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
Music be the food of love, play on, give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again, it had a dying fall. Oh, it came o'er my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough, no more. 'Tis not so sweet as it was before. Oh, Spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity receiveth as the sea, not enters there, of what validity and pitch soe'er, but falls into abatement and low price, even in a minute. So full of shapes is fancy, that it alone is high fantastical.
Will you go hunt, monsieur?
What, Valentine?
The heart.
Why, so I do, the noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a hart, and my desires, like felon cruel hounds, ere since pursue me. So, what news from her?
So please, monsieur, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face at ample view, but like a cloistress. She will veiled walk, and water once a day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this to season a brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, she that hath a heart of that fine frame, to pay this debt of love but to a brother? How will she then, when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her? Away before me to sweet beds of flowers. Love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers.
Spend all me money on whiskey and beer. What a plague means my niece. To take the death of her brother thus, I'm sure care is an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier at night. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exceptions to your ill hours.
Why let her accept before accepted?
Aye, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these boots, too.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight that you brought in one night here to be her wooer.
Who? Sir Andrew Aguecheek?
Aye, he.
He's as tall a man as any in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year in all these ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Why, that you say so. He plays the viol to gamboys and speaks 3 or 4 languages word for word without book. And he hath all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed, almost natural. For besides that, he's a fool. He's a great quarreller, and but that he hath the gift of a coward to allay the gust he hath in quarrelling. 'Tis thought amongst the prudent he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By this hand they are scoundrels and subtractors that speak so of him. Who are they?
They that add, moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking health to my niece. I will drink to her as long as there is passage in my throat and drink in Illyria. He's a coward and a coistrel that when I drink to my niece till his head turns old and toe like a perished top. What wench? Castiliano Vulgo, for here comes Sir Andrew Agueface!
Sir Toby Belch, how now, Sir Toby Belch?
Sweet Sir Andrew!
Bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost.
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Good Mistress Accost, I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good Mistress Mary Accost.
You mistake, knights. Accost is to front her, board her, woo her, assail her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in such company as this. Is that the meaning of accost?
Fare you well, gentlemen.
And now that thought so, Sir Andrew, wouldst thou never draw sword again?
And you part so, fair mistress, I would I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
Sir, I have not you by the hand.
Mary, but you shall have, and here's my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you, bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
Wherefore, sweetheart? What's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why, I should think so. I am not such an ass that I can keep my hand dry, but what's your jest?
A dry jest, sir.
Are you full of them?
Aye, sir, I have them at my fingers' ends. Mary, now I am without your hand, I am barren.
Oh, knight, when have I ever seen thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think. Methinks sometimes I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has. Then again, I am a great eater of beef, and I do believe that does harm to my wit. And I thought that I'd forswear it. I'll ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, my dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Do or not do? I would would I had bestowed that time in the tongues that I have in fencing, dancing, and bear baiting. Ah! But I had followed the arts.
Then wouldst thou had an excellent head of hair.
Why? Would that have mended my hair?
Past question, for thou seest it will not curl by nature.
But it becomes me well enough, does not?
Excellent. It hangs like flax on a distaff. And I hope to see a housewife take thee between her legs and spin it off.
Faith! I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, and if she be, it's 4-1, she'll none of me. The Count himself here hard by woos her.
She'll none of the Count. She will not match above her degree, neither in estate years nor wit. I have heard her swear it. Tut, there's life in it, man.
I'll stay a month longer. I am a fellow of the strangest mind in the world. I delight in masks and revels sometimes altogether.
Art thou good at these kickshaws, knight?
As any man in Illyria.
What is thy excellence in a Gallio, knight?
Oh, faith, I can put a caper. And I think I have the back trick, simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore are these things hid? Wherefore these gifts a curtain before them? Is this a world to hide virtues in? I did think, by the excellent constitution of thy leg, that it was formed under the star of a galliard.
Aye, 'tis strong, and it does indifferent well in a plum-colored stock. Shall we set about some revels?
What shall we do else? Let me see thy caper. Higher! Higher!
If the Duke continues these favors towards you, Cesario, you are like to be much advanced. He hath known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger.
You either fear his humor or my negligence, that you call in question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favors?
No, believe me.
I thank you. Here comes the Count.
Who saw Cesario? Oh!
On your attendance, monsieur, here.
Stand you a while aloof. Cesario, thou knowest no less but all. I have unclasped thee the book even of my secret soul. Good youth, address thy gate unto Olivia. Stand at her doors, and tell her there thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble sir. If she be so abandoned to her sorrow as this spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clamorous and leap all civil bounds, rather than make unprofited return.
Say I do speak with her, monsieur, what then?
Oh, then unfold the passion of my love. Surprise her with the discourse of my dear faith. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it better in thy youth than in a nuncio a more grave aspect.
I think not so, monsieur.
Dear lad, believe it. For they shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth than Rubius. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound. And all is semblance of a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right apt for this affair, for I myself am best when least in company. So prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord, to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. Yet a barful strife, whoe'er I woo, myself would be his wife.
Hold back, please. Can I fit the whole back, please? Down there, down there. Hold back, please.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter by way of thy excuse. My lady will hang thee for thy absence.
Let her hang me. He that is well hanged in this world needs to fear no colors.
A good Lenten answer.
God give them wisdom that have it, and those that are fools, let them use their talents.
Yet you will be hanged for being so long absent. Or to be turned away. Is not that as good as a hanging to you?
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage. If Sir Toby would leave drinking, thou wert as witty a piece of Eve's flesh as any in Illyria.
Peace, you rogue. No more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuse wisely. You were best.
Wit and be thy will, put me into good fooling. For what says Quinopolis? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
You heard her, fellow. Take away the lady.
Go to, you're a dry fool. I'll know more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
2 faults, Madonna, that drink and good counsel will amend. Forgive the dry fool. Drink then is the fool not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he mend, he is no longer dishonest. Anything that's mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses is but patched with sin, and sin that amends is but patched with virtue. If that, this simple syllogism will serve. So, if it will not, what remedy? As there is no true cuckold but calamity. So beauty's a flower. The lady bade take away the fool. Therefore I say again, take her away!
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Miss Prisian in the highest degree. Lady, cocculus non facit monicum. That's as much to say as I wear not motley in my brain. Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
I must catechize you for it, Madonna. Good my mouse of virtue, answer me.
Well, sir, for want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool, for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth she not mend?
Yes, and shall do to the pangs of death shake her. Infirmity, that decays the wise, doth ever make the better fool.
God send you, sir, a speedy infirmity for the better increasing your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for 2pence that you are no fool.
How say you to that, Malvolio?
I marvel your ladyship takes delight in such a saucy fool. Unless you laugh and minister occasion to her, she is gagged. I protest, I take these wise men that crow so at these set kind of fools. No better than the fools zanies.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, in taste with a distempered appetite.
Now Mercury endue thee with leasing, for thou speakest well of fools.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. 'Tis a fair young man, and well attired.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman.
Fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but madman. Fie on him. Go you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from the Count, I am sick or not at home. What you will to dismiss it. Now you see how your fooling grows old, and people dislike it.
Thou hast spoke for us, Madonna. Here he comes. One of thy kin has a most weak Piemonter.
By mine honor, half drunk. What is he at the gate, cousin?
A gentleman.
A gentleman. What gentleman?
Oh, 'tis a gentleman here. Oh, plague of these pickle Harry. Oh, no, sot.
Good Sir Toby.
Cousin, how have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lechery. I defy lechery. There's one at the gate.
Ay, marry, what is he?
Let him be the devil, and he will, I care not. Give me faith, say I. It's all one.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
Like a drowned man, a fool, and a madman. The first draft above hate makes him a fool. The second mads him, and the third drowns him.
Go thou, for he's in the 3rd degree of drink. He's drowned. Go, look after him.
He is but mad yet, Madonna, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Madam, yon young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. It takes on him to understand so much, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seems to have a foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him? He's fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so, and he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post and be the supporter to a bench, but he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why, of mankind?
What manner of man?
A very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
What personage and years is he?
Not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy, as a squash is, before 'tis a peace god, or a codling when 'tis almost an apple. 'Tis with him in standing water between boy and man. He is very well favored and speaks very shrewishly. One would think his mother's milk were scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Call in my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Put on your veil. Throw it over your face. We will once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honorable lady of the house. Which is she?
Speak to me, I shall answer for her. Your will.
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I've taken great pains to con it. Good beauties, let me sustain no scorn.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentle one, give me modest assurance if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart, and yet by the very fangs of malice I swear I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what's important in it. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I've taken great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
It is the more like to be feigned. I pray you, keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not that time of moon with me to make one in so skipping a dialogue.
Will you hoist sail, sir? There lies your way. No, good swabber, I'm to hull here a little longer. Some mollification for your giant, sweet lady. Tell me your mind, I am a messenger.
Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as full of peace as matter.
What are you? What would you?
What I am and what I would are secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To any others, profanation.
Give us the place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
His bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present. It's not well done.
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis in grain, sir. 'Twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive, if you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out diverse schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried in every particle and utensil labeled to my will. As item, 2 lips in different red. Item, 2 gray eyes with lids to them. Item, 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see you what you are. You are too proud. But if you are the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompense, though you were crowned the nonpareil of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial, I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contemned love, and sing them loud even in the dead of night. Halloo your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Let him send no more. Unless you come to me again to tell me how he takes it. Fare thee well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am no feed post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, action and spirit do give thee 5-fold blazon. Not so fast. Soft, soft. Unless the master were the man. How now, even so quickly may one catch the plague. Methinks I feel this youth's perfection with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Here, madam, at your service.
Run after that same messenger, the county's man. He left this ring for me, would I or no. Tell him I'll none of it. Desire him not to flatter his lord, nor hold him up with hopes. I am not for him. If that the youth come this way tomorrow, I'll give him reason for it. Hie thee, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
I do I know not what, and fear to find mine eye took away a flatterer from my mind. Fate, show thy force. Ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
Will you stay no longer? Nor will you not that I go with you?
By your patience, no.
My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore I shall crave of you your leave, that I may bear my evils alone. It were a bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
Let me yet know of you whether you are bound.
No, sooth, sir. My determinate voyage is mere extravagancy. But I perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep in. You must know of me then, Antonio. My name is Sebastian, which I called Rodrigo. My father was that Sebastian of Messaline, whom I know you have heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. If the heavens had been pleased, would we had so ended, but you, sir, altered that. For some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea, was my sister drowned.
Alas, the day.
A lady, sir, though it was said she much resembled me, was yet of many accounted beautiful. She bore a mind that envy could not but call fair. She is drowned already, sir, with salt water, though I seem to drown her remembrance again with more.
Pardon me, sir, your bad entertainment.
Oh, good Antonio, forgive me your trouble.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him whom you have recovered, desire not. Fare ye well at once. I am yet so near the manners of my mother, that upon the least occasion more mine eyes will tell tales of me. I am bound to the Count Orsino's court. Farewell.
The gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court, else would I very shortly see thee there. But come what may, I do adore thee so, that danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
Were you not even now with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace I have since arrived, but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord into a desperate assurance that she will none of him. And one thing more, that you be never so hardy to come again in his affairs, unless it be to report your lord's taking of this. Receive it so.
She took the ring of me. I'll none of it.
Come, sir, you peevishly threw it to her, and her will is it be so returned. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies in your eye. If not, be it his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much that sure methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak and starts distractedly. She loves me, sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring? Why he sent her none? I am the man. If it be so as 'tis, poor lady, she had better love a dream. Disguise, I see thou art a wickedness wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy is it for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their forms? Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we, for such as we are made of, such we be. How will this fadge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now, alas the day, what thriftless sigh shall poor Olivia breathe? Oh, time! Thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
Hold thy peace, and I pray thee hold thy peace. Thou knave, hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, and I pray thee hold thy peace. Thou knave, hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, and I pray thee hold thy peace. Thou knave, hold thy peace, thou knave.
Approach! Sir Andrew! Not to be abed after midnight is to be up betimes, and the licular surgery thou knowest.
Nay, I know not, but I do know to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can. Not to be abed after midnight and to go to bed then is to go to bed early. Does not our life consist of the four elements?
Faith, so they say, but I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholar, let us therefore eat and drink. Man! Step wine! I say!
Here comes the fool of faith.
How now, my heart? Did you never see the picture of we three?
Welcome, ass. Now let's have a catch.
By my troth, the fool has an excellent breath. I would rather be 40 shillings than I had such a breath and so sweet a voice to sing as the fool has. Now a song.
There's 6 pence for you. Come, let's have a song.
Would you have a love song or a song of good life?
A love song, a love song.
I care not for good life.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's a coming, that can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting. Journeys end in lovers' meeting. Every wise man's son doth know. What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Present mirth hath present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. In delay there lies no plenty. Then come kiss me, sweet and 20. Youth's a stuff will not endure.
Excellent. Good of faith.
Good, good.
A mellifluous voice, as I am true knight.
Oh, contagious breath.
Very sweet. And contagious of faith.
To hear by the nose it is dulcet and contagion. But shall we make the welkin dance indeed? Shall we rouse the night owl in a catch that will draw 3 souls out of one weaver? Shall we do that?
And you love me, so let's do it. I'm a dog at a catch.
By your lady, sir, and some dogs will catch well.
Most certain. Let our catch be thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave knight. I shall be constrained in to call thee knave knight.
Would not be the first time I constrained one to call me knave. Come, if faith begins, hold thy peace.
I should never begin if I hold my peace.
Faith, come begin.
Hold thy peace, and I pray thee hold thy peace. Thou knave, thou knave,
And I pray thee hold thy peace.
Hold thy peace, and I pray thee hold thy peace. Thou knave, thou knave,
And I pray thee hold thy peace.
Hold thy peace, and I pray thee hold thy peace.
What the matter, Walling, do you keep here? If my lady have not called up her steward, Malvolio, and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
My lady's the captain. We are politicians. Malvolio's a peg of Ramsey, and 3 merry men be we. Am not I consanguineous? Am I not of her blood, to the valley lady? Lady, lady.
Beshrew me, the knight's an admirable fool.
He doesn't often be so disposed, and so do I too. He does it with better grace, but I do it more natural.
On the 12th day of December.
For the love of God, peace!
My masters, are you mad? Or what are you? Have ye no wits, manner, nor honesty, but to gabble like tinkers at this time of night? Do ye make an alehouse of my lady's house that you squeak out your coziest catches without any mitigation or remorse of voice? Is there no respect of place, persons, nor time in you?
You did keep time, sir. In our catches! Snack up!
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that though she harbors you as her kinsman, she's nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself and your misdemeanors, you are welcome to the house. If not, and it would please you to take leave of her, she is more than willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell. Dear heart, since I must needs be gone.
Nay, good Sir Toby.
His eyes do show his days are almost done.
This is much credit to you.
But I will never die!
Sir Toby, there you lie.
Shall I bid him go?
What and if you do?
Shall I bid him go and spare not?
Oh,
even
no,
so?
no, 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 you dare not.
Out of tune, sir. You lie. Art thou any more than a steward? Dost thou think, because thou art virtuous, there should be no more cake and egg?
Yes, by St. Anne, and ginger shall be hot in the mouth too.
Thou are in the right. A stoup of wine, Maria.
Mistress Mary, if you prize my lady's favor at anything more than contempt, you would not give means to this uncivil rule. She shall know of it by this hand.
Go shake your ears.
'Twere as good a deed to drink when a man's a hungry as to challenge him in the field, break promise with him, and make fool of him.
Do it, knight. I'll write thee a challenge, or I'll deliver thy indignation to him by word of mouth.
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of the counts is today with my lady, she is much out of quiet. For Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a nay word and make him a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us, possess us. Tell us something of him.
Marry, sir, sometimes he's a kind of Puritan.
Oh, I thought that. I'll beat him like a dog.
What? For being a Puritan? My exquisite reason, dear knight?
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I have reason good enough.
The devil a Puritan that he is, or anything constantly but a time pleaser, an affectioned ass, the best persuaded of himself, so crammed as he thinks with excellencies that it is his grounds of faith that all that look on him love him. And on that vice in him will my revenge find notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love, wherein by the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, forehead, and complexion, he shall find himself most feelingly personated. I can write very like my lady your niece. On a forgotten matter, we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Excellent. I smell a device.
I have it in my nose, too.
Ye shall think, by the letters that will drop, that they come from my niece, and that she's in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse now and make him an ass.
Ass, I doubt not.
Oh, 'twill be admirable.
Port Royal, I warrant you. I know my physic will work with him. I will plant you two, and let the fool make a third where he shall find the letter. Observe his construction of it. For this night, to bed, and dream on the event. Farewell!
Good night, Penthesilea.
Before me, she's a good wench.
She's a beagle, true bred, and one that adores me. What on it?
I was adored once, too.
Let's to bed, knight. Thou need send for more money.
If I do not recover your niece, I am a foul way out.
Send for money, knight. If thou not have her in the end, call me cut.
If I can't do it, never trust me, take it how you will.
Come, I'll go burn some sap. It's too late now to go to bed. Come, knights! Come, knights!
Give me some music. Now, good Cesario. But that piece of song, that old and antique song we heard last night, we thought it did relieve my pleasure much. Come, but one verse.
She is not here, so please, your lordship, that should sing it.
Who was it?
Festi, the jester, monsieur. She is about the house.
Seek her out and play the tune the while. Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt love, in the sweet pangs of it, remember me. For I am as all true lovers are, unstaid and skittish in all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
It gives a very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly. My life upon, young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some creature that it loves, hath it not, boy?
A little, by your favor,
What kind of woman is't?
of your complexion.
She is not worth thee, then. What years of faith?
About your years, monsieur.
Oh, too old, by heaven! Let not the woman take an elder than herself. So wears she to him, so sways she level in her husband's heart. For boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more longing, wavering, sooner lost and worn than women's are.
I think it well, monsieur.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself, for women are as roses, whose fair flower, being once displayed, doth fall that very hour.
And so they are, alas that they are so, to die even when they to perfection grow.
Oh, fellow, come, the song we had last night. Mark it, Cesario, it is old and plain. The spinsters and the knitters in the sun, and the free maids that weave their threads with bones do use to chant it. It is silly sooth, and dallies with the innocence of love like the old age.
Are you ready, sir?
Ah, prithee, sing.
Come away, death. In sad cypress, let me be laid. Fly away, breath. I am slain by a fair, cruel maid. Sad true lover, never find my grave to weep there, to weep there.
Here's for thy pains.
No pain, sir. I take pleasure in singing, sir.
I'll pay thy pleasure then.
Truly, sir. And pleasure will be paid one time or another.
Give me now leave to leave thee. Once more, Cesario, get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty. Tell her my love, more noble than the world, prizes not quantity of dirty lands, but 'tis that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks her in, attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir.
I cannot be so answered.
Sooth, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love as great a pang of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her, you tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
There is no woman's sides can bide a beating so strong a passion as love doth give mine heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. They lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite, no motion of the liver, but of the palate, that suffers surfeit, cloyment, and revolt. But mine is all as hungry as the sea, and can digest as much. Make no compare between that love a woman can bear me and that Olivia.
Aye, but I know.
What dost thou know?
Too well what love women to men may owe. In faith they are as true as hard as we. My father had a daughter, loved a man, as it might be, perhaps, were I a woman, I should your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, monsieur. She never told her love, but let concealment like a worm in the bud feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy, she sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister of her love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too, and yet I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's the theme. Say my love can give no place, by no denay.
Come my way, Senor Fabian.
Nay, oh, come. If I lose a scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Wouldst thou not be glad to have the rascally sheep butter come by some notable shame?
I would exult, man. You know, he brought me out of favor with my lady about a bear baiting here.
To anger him, we will have the bear again, and we shall fool him black and blue. Shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not, it is pity of our lives.
Here comes the little villain. How now, my metal of India?
Get ye all three into the box tree. Malvolio's coming down this walk. He has been yonder in the sun, practicing behavior to his own shadow this half hour. Observe him, for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close! In the name of jesting! Lie thou there, for here comes the trout that must be caught with tickling.
'Tis but fortune, all is fortune. Maria once told me my mistress did affect me, and I have heard herself come thus near, that should she fancy, it should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think on't?
Here's an overweening rogue.
Oh, peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him.
Slight, I could so beat the rogue.
Peace.
To be Count Malvolio.
Ah, rogue!
Pistol him.
Peace, I say.
There is example for't. The Lady of Strachey married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Fie on him,
Oh,
hussy.
peace. Now he's deeply in.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state.
Oh, for a stone bow to hit him in the eye.
Calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown. Having come from a daybed where I have left Olivia, sleeping.
Fire and brimstone.
Oh, peace.
And then to have the humor of state, and after a demure travel of regard, telling them, I know my place, as I would they should do theirs, to ask for my kinsman Toby.
Bolts and shackles.
Oh, peace. Now.
7 of my people, with an obedient start, make out for him. I frown the while, perchance, wind up watch or play with my some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me. Shall this fellow live?
Patience!
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control.
And does not Toby take you a blow at the lips then?
Saying, cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me on your niece give me this prerogative of speech.
What? What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Oh, out, scab!
Hey, patience, or we break the sinews of our plot.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warrant you.
One Sir Andrew.
I knew 'twas I, for many do call me fool.
What employment have we here?
Now is the woodcock near the gin?
Oh, peace! In the spirit of humor, intimate reading out loud to him.
By my life, this is my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's, her T's, and thus she makes her great P's.
For C's, for U's, and her T's, why that?
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes, her very phrases. By your leave, wax. And softly in pressure her Lucrece, with which she uses to seal 'tis my lady. To whom should this be?
This wins him, liver and all.
Jove knows I love but who? Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know. What follows? The numbers altered. This should be the Malvolio?
Mary, hang thee, Brock!
I may command where I adore, but silence, like a Lucrece knife, with bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
A Fustian riddle.
Excellent, whence say I?
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, but first let me see. I may command where I adore. Why? She may command me. I serve her. She is my lady. This is evident in any formal capacity. There is no obstruction in this, and yet the end. What should that alphabetical position portend if I could make that resemble something in me? Softly. M-O-A-I. Moai. 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 Moai.
Oh, he's now in a cold scent.
Malvolio! Why, that begins my name. But then what follows? There is no consonancy in the sequel. A should follow, but O does.
And O shall end, I hope.
Aye, or I'll cudgel him and make him cry, oh!
And then I comes behind.
I. And you have any eye behind you, you might see more detraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
M-O-A-I. This simulation is not as the former, and yet, to crush it a little, it would bow to me, for every one of these letters are in my name. Soft. Here follows prose. If this fall into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands, inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble sloth and appear fresh, be opposite with the kinsman, surly with servants, put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, huh? And wish to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say remember. Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight and champagne discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will wash off gross acquaintance. I will be point devise the very man. Now, I do not now fool myself to let imagination jade me, for every reason excites to this that my lady loves me. I thank my stars I am happy. I will be strange, stout, in yellow stockings and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. Jove, I thank thee. Here is yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose but know who I am. If thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well. Therefore, in my presence still smile. Dear my sweet, I prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do everything thou wilt have me.
I would not give my part in this sport for a pension of thousands to be paid from the Sophie.
Oh, I couldn't marry the wench for this device.
So could I too.
And ask no other dowry but such another jest.
Nor I neither.
Here comes my noble ball catcher.
May I kiss thy foot?
Or may I either?
Will thou hold me as thy servant?
And mine either.
Why, thou hast put him in such a dream that when the image of it leaves him, he must run mad.
Nay, but say true. Does it work upon him?
Like aqua vitae with a midwife.
If you will then see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, and 'tis a color she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests. And he will smile upon her, which will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to a melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. If you will see it, follow me!
To the gates of Tartar, thou most excellent devil of wit!
I'll make one too.
Save thee, friend, and thy music. Dost thou live by thy ukulele?
No, sir. I live by the church.
Art thou a churchwoman?
No such matter, sir. I do live by the church, for I do live at my house, and my house doth stand by the church.
So thou mayst say, the king lies by a beggar if a beggar dwells near him. Or the church stands by thy ukulele if thy ukulele stands by the church.
You have said, sir, to see this age, a sentence is but a cheveril glove to a good wit. How quickly the wrong side may be turned outward.
Nay, that's certain. They that dally nicely with words quickly make them wanton.
I would therefore my sister had had no name, sir.
Why, good woman?
Why, her name's a word, and to dally with that word might make my sister wanton. But indeed, words are very rascal since bonds disgrace them.
Thy reason, good woman.
Troth, sir, I can yield you none without words, and words are grown so false. I am loath to prove reason with them.
I warrant thou art merry and carest for nothing.
Not so, sir. I do care for something, but in my conscience, sir, I do not care for you. If that would be to care for nothing, sir, I would it would make you invisible.
Art not thou the Lady Olivia's fool?
No, indeed, sir. The Lady Olivia has no folly. She will keep no fool till she be married. I am indeed not her fool, but her corrupter of words.
I saw thee late at the Count Orsino's.
Foolery, sir, does walk about the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere.
I'll no more of thee. Hold, there's expenses for thee.
Now, Jove, in his next commodity of hair, send thee a beard.
By my troth, I'll tell thee I am almost sick for one, though I would not have it grow on my chin. Is thy lady within?
Would not a pair of these have bread, sir?
Yes, being kept together and put to use.
I would play Lord Pandarus of Phrygia to bring a Cressida to this Troilus.
I understand you, madam. 'Tis well begged.
The matter, I hope, sir, is not great, begging but a beggar. My lady is within. I will construe to them whence you come. Who you are and what you would are out of my welkin. I would say element, but the word is overworn.
This woman is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well craves a kind of wit. But wise women, folly fallen, quite taint their wit.
Save you, gentlemen.
And you, sir?
Du grand, monsieur.
Et vous aussi, votre serviteur?
I hope, sir, you are, and I am yours.
Will you encounter the house? My niece is desirous you should enter, if your trade be to her.
I am bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she is the list of my voyage.
Taste your legs, sir. Put them to motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than I understand what you mean by bidding me taste my legs.
I mean to go, sir, to enter.
I will answer you with gate and entrance. The most excellent and accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on you.
This suits the rare courtier rain odors well.
My matter hath no voice to your own most pregnant and vouchsafed ear.
Odors, pregnant and vouchsafed. I'll get them all three already.
Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my hearing.
My duty, good madam, and most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is my name, fair princess.
You are messenger from the Count Orsino, youth?
Madam, I come to wet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
Oh, by your leave, I pray you, I beg you never speak again of him. But would you undertake another suit? I had rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spears.
Dear lady.
Oh, give me leave, I beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did here, a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me, you. Under your hard construction must I sit, to force that on you in a shameful cunning which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honor at the stake and baited it with all the unmuzzled thoughts that tyrannous heart can think? To one of your receiving, enough is shown. A cypress, not a bosom, hideth my heart. So, let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's a degree to love.
No, not agrees, for 'tis a vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Well, then methinks 'tis time to smile again. Oh, world, how apt the poor are to be proud. If one should be a prey, how much the better to fall before the lion than the wolf. The clock upbraids me with the weights of time. Be not afraid, good youth, I will not have you. And yet, when wit and reason come to harvest, your wife is like to reap a proper man. There lies your way, due west.
Then westward ho! Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. Yield nothing, madam, to my lord by me?
Stay, I prithee, tell me what thou thinkest of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
If I do think so, I think the same of you.
Then think you right. I am not what I am.
I would you are as I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I am your fool.
Oh, what a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip. A murderous guilt shows not itself more soon than love that would seem hid. Love's night is noon. Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidenhood, honor, truth, and everything, I love thee so that, maugre all my pride, nor wit nor reason can my passion hide.
By my innocence I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never none, shall mistress be of it, save I alone. And so adieu, good madam. Nevermore will I Orsino's tears to you deplore.
And yet, come again, for thou mayest move that heart that now abhors to like his love.
No! Faith, I'll not stay a jot longer.
Thy reason, dear Venom, give thy reason.
Must needs yield your reason, Sir Andrew.
Mary, I saw your niece do more favors to the Count's serving man than ever she bestowed on me. I saw it in the garden.
Did she see thee, the while, old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
This was a great argument in her love towards you.
Slight, will you make an ass o' me?
I will prove it legitimate, sir, upon the oaths of judgment and reason.
And there have been grand jurymen since before Noah was a sailor.
She did show favor to the youth in your sight, only to exasperate you, to await your dormouse valor, to set fire in your heart and brimstone in your river. You should then have accosted her, and with some excellent jest, fire new from the mint, you should have banged the youth into dumbness. This was looked for at your hand, and it was balked. And now you are sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle on a Dutchman's beard, unless you do redeem it by some laudable attempt, either of valor or policy.
And anyway, it must be with valor, for policy I hate.
Why, then build me thy fortunes upon the basis of valor. Challenge me, the Count's youth, to fight with him. Hurt him in 11 places. My niece shall take note of it, and assure thyself there is no love broker in the world who can more prevail in man's commendation with women than the report of valor.
There is no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you bear me challenge to him?
Go, write in a martial hand, be cursed and brief. Is no matter how witty, so it be elegant and full of invention, and as many lies that will lie on thy sheet of paper. About it!
Where shall I find you?
We'll call thee at the cubiculo. Go!
We shall have a rare letter from him, Sir Toby, but you'll not deliver it.
Never trust me, then, and by all means, stir on the youth to an answer. I think oxen and wain ropes cannot hale them together. For Andrew, if he were open, and you found so much blood as will clog the foot of a flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy.
And his opposite, the youth, bears in his visage no great presage of cruelty.
Look, where the youngest wren of 9 comes.
If you desire the spleen and will laugh yourself into stitches, follow me. Yond gull Malvolio is turned heathen, a very renegado. He's in yellow stockings.
And cross-gartered.
Most villainously. I have dogged him like his murderer. He does obey every point of the letter that I dropped to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines than is in the new map with the augmentation of the Indies. You have not seen such a thing as 'tis. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him. If she do, he'll smile and take it for a great favor.
Come, bring us where he is!
I would not by my will have troubled you, but since you make your pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you.
I could not stay behind you. My desire more sharp than filed steel to spur me forth. And not all love to see you, though so much as might have drawn one to a longer voyage, but jealousy one might befall your travel, being skilless in these parts, which, to a stranger unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and unhospitable.
My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make but thanks, and ever thanks, but were my worth as is my conscience firm, you should find better dealing. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Best first go see your lodging.
I'm not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and the things of fame that do renown this city.
Would you pardon me? I do not without danger walk these streets. Once in a sea fight against the Count, his galleys I did some service, of such note indeed that were I ta'en here, it would scarce be answered.
Belike you slew great number of his people.
The offense is not of such a bloody nature. It might have since been answered in repaying what we did to them. Only myself stood out, which, if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dear.
Do not then walk too open.
It doth not fit me. Hold, sir, here's my purse. In the south suburbs, at the Elephant is best to lodge. I'll bespeak our diet whiles you beguile the time and feed your knowledge with the viewing of this town. There shall you have me.
Why I your purse?
Haply your eye might light upon some toy you have desire to purchase. And your store, I think, is not for idle markets, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I do remember.
They've sent after him. He says he'll come. What shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth is bought where oft them begged or borrowed. Where's Malvolio? He is sad and civil and works well for a servant with my fortunes. Where is Malvolio?
He's coming, madam, but in a very strange manner. He is sure possessed, madam.
Why, what's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam, he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best to have some guard about you, for sure the man is tainted in his wits.
How now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady, ho-ho!
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad? I could be sad. This does make some obstruction in the blood, this cross-gartering, but what of that? If it please the eye of one, it is with me, as the very true sonnet is, please one and please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my legs. It did come to his hands, and command shall be executed. I think we do all know the sweet Roman hand.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed, I, sweetheart, and I'll come to thee.
Why dost thou smile as though and kiss thy hand so oft?
How do you, Malvolio?
At your request, yes, the nightingale's answer does.
Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well writ.
What meanest by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great, some achieve greatness,
What sayest thou?
and some have greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven restore thee!
Remember who commanded thy yellow stockings?
Yellow stocking!
And wish to see thee ever cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered!
Go to, thou art made if thou desirest to be so.
Am I maid?
If not, let me see thee a steward still.
Why, this is very midsummer madness. Good Maria, let this fellow be looked to. Oh, where's my cousin Toby? Let my people have a special care of him. I would not have him miscarry for the half of my dowry.
Oh, do you come near me now? No worse man than Sir Toby to look to me. Why, this concurs directly with the letter. She sends him on purpose, that I may appear stubborn to him. For she incites me to that in the letter, that be opposite with the kinsman, says she, surly with servants, and so forth. Oh, I have lied her! But it is Jove's doing, and Jove make me thankful. And when she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow? Not Malvolio, nor after my degree, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together, that no dram of a scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no obstacle, no incredulous or self-same circumstance, nothing that can be can come between me and the full prospect of my hopes. Well, Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Which way is he, in the name of sanctity? If all the devils of hell be drawn in little, and Legion himself possess them yet, I'll speak to him.
Here he is! Here he is! How is with you, sir? How is with you, man?
Go off, I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off.
Lo, how hollow the fiend speaks within him! Did not I tell you? Sir Toby, my lady, prays you to have a care of him.
Aha, does she so?
Go to, peace, peace. We must deal gently with him. Oh, now, Malvolio, how is't with you? What man defy the devil? Consider he's an enemy to mankind.
Do you know what you say?
Lie you, and you speak ill of the devil, how he takes it at heart. Pray God he be not beware.
Carry his water to the wise woman.
Marry, and it shall be done tomorrow morning, if I live. My lady would not lose him for more than I'll say.
How now, mistress?
Oh, Lord!
Prithee, hold thy peace. This is not the way. Do you see you move him? Let me alone with him.
Gently, gently. The fiend is rough and shall not be roughly used.
How now, my barcock? How dost thou, Chuck?
Sir!
Hi, Biddy. Come with me. What, man? 'Tis not for gravity to play at cherry pit with Satan.
Get him to say his prayers, good Sir Toby. Get him to pray.
My prayers, minx.
No! I've warned you. He will not hear of godliness.
Go to! You are idle, shallow things. I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
Is possible.
If this could be played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
Nay, pursue him now, lest the device take air and taint.
Why, we shall make him mad indeed.
The house will be the quieter.
Come, we'll have him in a dark room and bound.
Good Sir Toby, nay.
My niece is already in the belief that he's mad. We may carry it thus, for our pleasure and his penance. But see.
More matter for a May morning.
Here's the challenge. Read it. I warrant there's some vinegar and pepper in.
It's so saucy.
Yes, I warrant him. Do but read.
Give me. Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind why I do call thee so, for I will show thee no reason for it.
A good note, that keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly. But thou liest in thy throat. That is not the matter I challenge thee for.
Very brief, and to exceeding good sense, less.
I will waylay thee going home, where if it be thy chance to kill me,
Good.
thou killest me like a rogue and a villain.
And still you keep on the windy side of the law. Good.
Fare thee well, and God have mercy on one of our souls, thy friend and thy sworn enemy, Andrew Aguecheek. If this letter move him not, his legs cannot. I'll give it him.
You may have very fit occasion for it. He is now in some commerce with my lady, and will by and by depart.
Go, Sir Andrew, scout me for him at the corner of the orchard. So soon as ever thou seest him, draw. And as thou draw, swear horrible. For it comes to pass off that a terrible oath with a swaggering accent sharply twanged off gives manhood more approbation than ever proof did earn him. Away!
Nay, let me alone for swearing. Here he comes with your niece. Give them way till he take leave, and presently after him.
I will meditate the while upon some horrid message for a challenge.
I have said too much unto a heart of stone, and laid mine honor too uncheery out. And yet there is something in me that reproves my fault. Such a headstrong and potent fault it is that it but mocks reproof.
With the same behavior that your passion bears goes on Orsino's grief.
Here, wear this jewel for me. 'Tis my picture. Refuse it not, it hath no tongue to vex you. And I beseech you to come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny? What honor saved me upon asking give?
Nothing but this, your true love for Orsino.
How with mine honor can I give him that which I have given you?
I will acquit you.
And yet, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. A fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell.
Gentleman, God save thee.
And you, sir?
That defense thou hast, betake thee to it, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake, sir. I am sure no man hath any quarrel with me.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake you to your guard.
I pray you, sir. What is he?
He is knight, but he is a devil in private brawl. Souls and bodies have he divorced 3. Hobnob is his word. Give it or take it.
I will return again into the house and desire some conduct of the lady. I am no fighter.
Sir, no. His indignation derives itself out of a very competent injury. Back you shall not to the house. Therefore on, and strip your sword stark naked. For metal you must, or forswear to wear iron about you.
This is as uncivil as strange. I beseech you, do me this courteous office as to know the knight what my offense to him is.
I will do so. Signor Fabian, stay by this gentleman to my return.
I pray you, sir, do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal arbitrament, but nothing of the circumstance more.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
He is, indeed, sir, the most bloody, skillful, and fatal opposite you could find in any part of Illyria. Will you walk towards him? I will make your peace with him if I can.
Oh, I shall be much bound to you for it. I am one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not who knows so much of my metal.
Why, man, he's a very devil. I've not seen such a farrago.
Pox on, I'll not meddle with him.
Aye, but he will not now be pacified. Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Let him let the matter slip. And I'll give him my horse, Grey Capulet.
I'll make the motion. Stand here and put a good show on. This will end without the perdition of souls. I have persuaded him the youth's a devil.
He is as horribly conceited of him, and pants and looks pale, as if a bear were at his heels.
Sir, there is no remedy. He will fight you for oath's sake, therefore draw for the supportance of his vow.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of a man.
Give ground if you see him furious.
Come, Sir Andrew. There is no remedy. The gentleman will, for his honor's sake, have one bout with you. Come on, toot!
Oh, God!
I do assure you, 'tis against my will.
Put up your sword? If this man have done any offense, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
You, sir? Why? What are you?
One, sir, that for his love dares yet will do more than you have heard him brag to you he will.
Nay, if you be an undertaker, I am for you.
Oh, good sir, Tully, hold! Here come the officers!
I'll be with you anon.
Pray, sir, put your sword up, if you please.
Marry will I, sir, and for that I promised you I am as good as my word.
This is the man. Antonio, I arrest thee at the suit of Count Orsino.
You do mistake me, sir.
No, sir, no jot. I know your fortune well, though now you have no sea cap on your head. Take him, let's away. He knows I know him well.
I must obey. This comes with seeking you, but there's no remedy. I shall answer it. What will you do? Now, my necessity makes me to ask you for my purse. It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, sir, away.
I must entreat of you some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you have showed me here today, in part being by your prompted trouble, I'll give you some. My having is not much. I'll make division of my profit with you. Hold, here's half my coffer.
Will you deny me now? Is it possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion? Do not tempt my misery, lest that it make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I've done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature.
Oh, heavens themselves.
Come, sir, I pray you go.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched one half out the jaws of death, relieved him with such sanctity of love, and to his image which methought did prove most venerable worth did I devotion.
What's that to me? Time goes by, away.
But oh, how vile and idle proved this god. Thou hast, Sebastian, done good feature shame. In nature there's no blemish but the mind. None can be called deformed but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, but the beauty's evil are empty trunks, or flourished by the devil.
The man grows mad.
Away with him.
Come, sir.
Lead me on.
Methinks his words do from such passion fly, that he believes himself. So do not I. Prove true, imagination, oh, prove true, that I, dear brother, be now ta'en for you. He named Sebastian, I, my brother, know, yet living in my glass, even such and so, in favor was my brother. And he went, still in this fashion, color, ornament, for him I imitate. Oh, it prove tempests are kind and salt waves fresh in love.
A very dishonest, paltry boy, and more a coward than a hare. His dishonesty shows in him leaving his friend here in necessity and denying him. And as for his cowardship, ask Fabian.
A coward, a most devout coward, religious in it. Slid all after him and beat him.
Do cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword. Play by the rules.
And do I not?
Come, let's see the event.
And there lay any money. Will be nothing yet.
Will you make me believe that I am not sent for you?
Go to. Thou art a foolish fellow. Let me be clear of thee.
Well held out, if faith. No, I do not know you, nor I am not sent to you by my lady to bid you come speak with her. Nor is your name not Master Cesario, nor is this not my nose neither. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowest not me.
Vent my folly. He has heard this word of some great man and now applies it to a fool. Vent my folly. I prithee now, ungird thy strangeness and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, depart from me. There's money for thee. If you tarry longer, I shall give worse payment.
By my troth, thou hast an open hand. These wise men that give fools money get themselves a good report.
Now, sir, have I met you again? Here's for you.
Why, there's for thee. And there.
Oh!
And there. Are all the people mad?
Oh, sir! Or I'll throw you over the house!
This will I tell my lady straight.
Come on, sir. Hold.
Nay, let me alone with him. I'll go another way to work with him. I'll enact shooting battery against him if there be any law in Illyria. Though I did strike him first. But it's no matter of that.
I will not let you go. Come, my young soldier, you're well fleshed. Come on!
I will be free from thee. What wouldst thou now? If thou darest tempt me further, draw thy sword.
What? What? Nay, then I will have an ounce or two of this malapert blood from you.
Tell me, on thy life, I charge thee, hold!
Madam!
Will it be ever thus? Ungracious wretch, fit for the mountains and barbarous caves where manners ne'er were preached. Out of my sight! Be not offended, dear Cesario. Rudes be gone! I prithee, gentle friend, let thy fair wisdom and not thy passion sway in this uncivil and unjust extent against thy peace. Come with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, that thou thereby mayest smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go. Do not deny. Beshrew his soul for me. He started one poor heart of mine in thee.
What relish is in this? How runs the stream? Or I am mad, or else this is a dream. Let fancy still my sense in lethe steep. If it be thus to dream, still let me sleep.
Nay, come. I prithee, would thou'st be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
Oh, say so, and so be.
Nay, I prithee, put on your stole and your beretta. Make him believe thou art Sir Topus, the curate. Do it quickly. I'll call Sir Toby the whilst.
Well, I'll put it on and I will dissemble myself in't. I would I were the first that ever dissembled in such a gown.
Joe bless thee, Master Orson.
Bonus dies, Sir Toby! For, as the old hermit of Prague very wittily said to a niece of King Gorbaduc, that is. And so I, being Master Parsons, am Master Parsons. For what is that but that, and is but is?
To him, Sir Topus.
What ho, I say, peace in this prison!
The fool counterfeits well, good fool.
Who calls there?
Sir Topas, the curate, who comes to visit Malvolio, the lunatic.
Sir Topus, good Sir Topus, go to my lady.
Out, hyperbolical fiend! How vexest thou this man? Talkest thou nothing but of ladies?
Oh, Sir Topus, never was man thus abused. Do not think I am mad, Sir Topus. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fie, thou dishonest Satan! Sayest thou that this house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topus.
Why, it hath bay windows, transparent as barricadoes, and the clear stores toward the south-north are as lustrous as ebony. And yet, complainest thou of obstruction?
I am not mad, Sir Topus. I say to you, this house is dark.
Madman, thou errest! I say there is no darkness but ignorance.
I say this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell. And I say to you, never was man thus abused.
Fare thee well. Remain thou still in darkness.
Sir Topus? Sir Topus!
My most exquisite Sir Topus.
Nay, I am for all waters.
Thou mightst have done this without thy stole in Beretta. He sees thee not.
To him in thy own voice, and bring me word how thou find'st him. I would we were well rid of this knavery. For I am now so far in offense of my niece that I cannot pursue of any safety the sport to the upshot. Come by and by to my chamber.
Hey, Robin John, how they lead us. Hey, Robin John,
Fool! Fool, I say!
Who calls, huh?
Good fool, as ever thou wilt deserve well at my hand, help me to some light and ink, pen and paper. As I am a gentleman, I will live to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Malvolio?
I, good fool.
Alas, sir, how fell you besides your 5 wits?
Good fool, never was man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
But as well? Then you are mad indeed, if you be no better in your wits than a fool.
They have here propertied me, keep me in darkness, send ministers to me, asses, and do all they can to face me out of my wits.
If I see what you say, the minister is here. Malvolio, Malvolio, thy wits the heavens restore. Endeavor thyself to sleep and leave thy vain bibble babble.
Sir Topus.
Maintain no words with him, good fellow. Who, I, sir? Not I, sir. Marry, amen, good Sir Topaz. I will, sir, I will.
Good fool. Help me to some light and some paper. I tell thee I am as well in my wits as any man in Illyria. Good fool, some ink, paper, and light, and convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of letter did.
I will help you, Toot, but tell me true. Are you not mad indeed, or do you but counterfeit?
Believe me, I am not. I tell thee true.
Nay, I'll ne'er believe a madman till I see his brains. I will fetch you light and paper and ink.
Fool, unrequited in the highest degree. Prithee, be gone.
Adieu, good man devil. I am gone, sir, and anon, sir, I'll be with you again in a trice. Like the old vice, your need to sustain. Who with the dagger of lath in his rage and his wrath cries to the devil like a mad lad, pare thy nails, dead. Adieu, good man devil.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me. I do feel it and see it. And though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonio then? I could not find him at the Elephant. His counsel now might do me golden service. For though my soul disputes well with my sense that this may be some error, but no madness, yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I'm ready to distrust mine eyes and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust but that I am mad. Or else the lady's mad. Yet if it were so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs and their dispatch with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceivable. But here the lady comes.
Blame not this haste of mine. If you mean well, go with me and with this holy man into the chantry by. There, before him, plight me the full assurance of your faith that my most jealous and too doubtful heart may live at peace. What do you say?
I'll follow this good man and go with you, and having sworn truth, ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good father, and heaven so shine that they may fairly note this act of mine.
Belonging to the Lady Olivia, friend?
Aye, sir, I am some of her trappings.
I know thee well. How dost thou, good fellow?
Truly, sir, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Just the contrary, the better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can that be?
Marry, sir, they praise me and make an ass of me. Now, my foes tell me plainly that I am an ass, so that by my foes, sir, I profit in the knowledge of myself. And by my friends, I am abused.
Why, this is excellent. If you will let your lady know I'm here to speak with her, and bring her along with you, it may awake my bounty further.
Marry, sir, lullaby to your bounty, till I come again. I go, sir, but I would not have you to think that my desire of having is the sin of covetousness. But, as you say, sir, let your bounty take a nap. I will awake it anon.
Here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me.
The face of his I do remember well. Yet when I saw it last, it was besmeared as black as Vulcan in the smoke of war. A barbling vessel was he captain of, for shallow draught and bulk prizable, with which such scathful grapple did he make of the most noble bottom of our fleet. That very envy and tongue of loss cried fame and honor on him. What's the matter?
Orsino, this is that Antonio that took the phoenix and her fraught from Candy, and this is he that did the tiger board when your young nephew Titus lost his leg. Here in the streets, desperate of shame and state, in private brabbles did we apprehend him.
He did me kindness, sir, took up my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas, but distraction.
Notable pirate, thou saltwater thief! What foolish boldness brought thee to the mercies, whom thou in terms so bloody and so dear hast made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, be pleased that I shake off these names you give me. Antonio never yet was thief or pirate, though I confess on basin ground enough Orsino's enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither. That most ungrateful boy there by her side from the rude seas, enraged and foamy mouth did I redeem. A wreck past hope he was. His life I gave him, and did thereto add my love, without retention or restraint. Drew to defend him when he was beset, where being apprehended, his false cunning not willing to partake with me in any danger, he grew a 20 years removed thing while one would wink. Denied me mine own purse, which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before.
How can this be?
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord, and for 3 months before, no interim, both day and night did we keep company.
Here comes the Countess. Now heaven walks on earth. But for you, fellow, your words are madness. 3 months this youth hath tended upon me, but more of that anon. Take him aside.
What would my lord, but that he may not have wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam.
Gracious Olivia.
What do you say, Cesario?
Orsino speaks, my duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old tune, my lord, it is as fat and fulsome to mine ear as howling after music.
Still so cruel?
Still so constant, lord.
What, to perverseness? You uncivil lady, whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul, the faithfulest offerings hath breathed out that air devotion tendered. What shall I do?
Even that would it please the Duke, that shall become him.
Why, so I should, had I the heart to do it. Like to the Egyptian thief at point of death. Kill what I love? A savage jealousy that sometimes savours nobly. But hear me this. Since you to non-regardance cast my faith, and that I partly know the instrument that screws me from my place in your heart, live you the marble-breasted tyrant still. But this your minion, whom I know you love, and whom I swear I tender dearly, him will I tear out of that cruel eye. Come, boy, with me. My thoughts are ripe with mischief. I'll sacrifice a lamb that I do love to spite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I, most jocund apt and willingly, to do you rest 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love. More than I love these eyes, more than life, more by all mores than e'er I shall love life. If I do feign you witnesses above, punish my life for tainting of my love.
I me detested. How am I beguiled?
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth the Holy Father.
Come, away.
Cesario, husband, stay.
Husband?
I, husband. Can he that deny?
Her husband, Sirrah?
No, monsieur, not I.
Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario. Take thy fortunes up. Be that thou knowest thou art, and then thou art as great as that thou fearest. Oh, welcome, Father. Father, I charge thee, by thy reverence here to unfold, although lately we intended to keep in darkness, what occasion now reveals before 'tis ripe, what thou dost know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
A contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by the mutual joinder of hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremony of this compact sealed in my function by my testimony, since when my watch hath told me, toward my grave I have traveled but 2 hours.
O thou dissembling cub, what wilt thou be when time hath sowed a grizzle on thy case? Or will not else thy craft so quickly grow that thine own trip shall be thine overthrow? Farewell, and take her, but direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
Monsieur, I do protest.
For the love of God, a surgeon! Send one presently to Sir Toby.
What's the matter?
He has broke my head across and given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too. For the love of God, your help! I would rather than 40 pound I were at home.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The Count's gentleman one. Cesario! Oh, we took him for a coward, but he's the very devil incarnate.
My gentleman, Cesario?
That's light things here he is. You have broke my head for nothing. And that I did, I was set on to do it by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause, but I bespoke you fair and hurt you not.
A bloody coxcomb be a hurt. You have hurt me. I think you set nothing by a bloody coxcomb. Here comes Sir Toby halting. You shall hear more. But if he had not been in drink, he would have tickled you other gates than he did.
How now, gentlemen? How is't with you?
That's all one. Has hurt me. And there's the end on't. Stop. Did you see Dick Surgeon? Stop.
Oh, he's drunk, Sir Toby. An hour gone. His eyes were set at 8 in the morning.
Then he's a rogue and a passing matters pang. I ain't a drunken rogue.
Away with him! Who hath wreaked this havoc with them?
Sir Toby, I will help you, for we'll be dressed together.
Will you help me? An ass head with a coxcomb and a knave. A thin-faced knave. A bow!
Get him to bed and let his hurts be looked to.
I'm sorry, madam. I have hurt your kinsman. But had it been the brother of my blood, I must have done no less with wit and safety. You throw a strange regard upon me. By that I do perceive it hath offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and two persons? A natural perspective that is and is not.
Antonio! Oh, my dear Antonio! How have the hours racked and tortured me since I have lost thee?
Sebastian, are you?
Fearest thou that, Antonio?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple cleft in two is not more twin than these two creatures. Which is Sebastian?
Most wonderful!
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor can there be that deity in my nature of here and everywhere. I had a sister, whom the blind waves and surges have devoured. Of charity, what kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage?
Of Messalene. Sebastian was my father. Such a Sebastian, too, was my brother, so went he suited to his watery tomb. If spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fright us.
A spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad which from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman, as the rest goes even? I should my tears let fall upon your face, and say thrice welcome to drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow.
And so had mine.
And died that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
That record is lively in my soul. He finished indeed his mortal act that day that made my sister 13 years.
If nothing lets to make us happy both, but this my masculine usurped attire, do not embrace me until each circumstance of time, place, fortune, do coherent jump that I am Viola. And to confirm, I'll bring you to a captain in this town, where lies my maiden weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the occurrence of my fortune since hath been between this lady and this lord.
So comes it, lady, you have been mistook, but nature to her bias drew in that. You would have been contracted to a maid, nor are you therein by my life deceived. You are betrothed both to a maid and man.
If this be so, as yet the glass seem true, I shall have share in this most happy wreck. Boy, thou hast said to me 1,000 times, thou never shouldst love woman like to me.
And all those sayings will I overswear, and all those swearings keep as true in soul as doth that orbed continent, the fire that severs day from night.
I'll give thee my hand, and let me see thee in thy woman's weeds.
The captain that did first bring me upon shore hath my maid's garments. He upon some action is now in durance, in Malvolio's suit, a gentleman and follower of my lady's.
He shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither. And yet, alas, I do remember me. They say, poor gentleman, he's much distract. A most extracting frenzy of mine own from my remembrance clearly banished his. How does he, Sarah?
Truly, madam, he holds Beelzebub at the stave's end, as a man in his case may do. Has here writ a letter to you. I should have given to you today morning, but as a madman's epistles are no gospels, it skills not much when they are delivered.
Open it and read it.
Look then to be well edified when the fool delivers the madman. By the Lord, madam!
Mad! So mad!
No, madam, I do but read madness, and your ladyship will have it as it ought to be. You must allow vox.
Prithee, read it in thy right wits.
So I do, Madonna, but to read his right wits is to read thus. Therefore, perpend, my princess, and give ear.
Prithee, read it you.
By the Lord, madam, you wronged me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not but to do myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought of, and speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio.
Did he write this?
Aye, madam.
This savors not much of distraction.
See him delivered. Fabian, bring him hither. Monsieur, these things further thought on,
To think me as well as sister as a wife, one day shall crown the alliance on it, so please you, here at my house and at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Orsino quits you, and your service done him. So much against the metal of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding. And since you called me monsieur for so long, here is my hand. You shall from this time be beloved mistress.
a sister. You are she.
Is this the madman?
Aye, my lord, the same. How now, Malvolio?
Madam, you have done me wrong, notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. Pray you. Or who is that? You must not now deny it is your hand. Write from it, in hand or phrase, or say 'tis not your seal, not your invention. You can say none of this. Well, grant it then, and tell me, in the modesty of honor, why you have given me such clear lights of favor. Bade me come smiling and cross-gartered to you, to put on yellow stockings and to frown upon Sir Toby and the lighter people. And acting this in an obedient hope, why have you suffered me to be imprisoned? Kept in a dark house, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious geck and gull that e'er invention played on. Tell me why.
Alas, Malvolio, that is not my writing. Though I confess, much like the character, but out of the question, 'tis Maria's hand. And now I do bethink me, it was she who first told me that thou wast mad. Then camest in smiling, and in such forms were presupposed upon thee in the letter. Monsieur, be content. This practice hath most shrewdly passed upon me, and when we find the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both plaintiff and judge of thine own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak. Most freely I confess myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here, upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we had conceived against him. Maria writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. How with the sportful malice it was followed, may rather pluck on laughter than revenge.
Alas, poor fool, how they have baffled thee.
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrown upon them. I was one, sir, in this interlude. One Sir Topaz. But that's all one. By the Lord, fool, I am not mad. But do you remember? Madam, why laugh you at such a barren rascal, and smile you not? She's gagged. And thus the whirligig of time brings in his revenges.
I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you!
Alas, poor gentleman. He hath been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him and entreat him to a peace. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known and golden time convents, a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we shall not part from hence. Cesario, come. For so you shall be while you are a man. But when in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy's queen.
That was a little boy, foolish thing was but a toy. When they came to man's estate, knaves and thieves men shut their gate. Hey-ho, the wind and rain, it raineth every day. Hey-ho, the wind and rain, it raineth every day. When I came alas to wife, swaggering could never fight. But when I came unto my bed, the tosspot still had drunken heads. Hey-ho, the wind and rain, it raineth every day. Hey-ho, the wind and raineth every day. And our play is done. We try to please you.